All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Louis, you're the only one I can see right now, so a specific happy signing day to you, but a happy National Signing Day to everyone. We will only have Dan Susan Jones family head football coach Pat Fitzgerald today. Obviously, Coach Fitz will make an opening statement, and then we will open it up for questions as we do with any and all Zoom press availabilities. If you would like to ask a question at that time, please message Athletic Communications in the chat.
Hey, thanks, Paul. Happy holidays, everybody, and Merry Christmas. Thanks for joining us today. Obviously, always an exciting day to be with you on National Signing Day, and as always, a pretty drama-free day for us, as is custom over my time here. So, before I, ask or answer any questions y'all have, I'm going to just a couple of things real quick. Thank you, Wise. I want to thank Dr. Derek Ragg. His tireless work in every step of this process. He and the entire athletic administration, especially Deputy AD Jana Blay, who's our liaison to admissions. We've worked together for a long time, and in her effort, along with Doc G, it's been phenomenal. I'm really appreciative of that. The admissions staff, our academic support staff, our recruiting staff that is relentless. Too many names to mention, but Johnny Kovac and the entire staff do a great job. Our strength staff, our athletic training staff, and then our coaching staff, everybody's heavily involved. We recruit here as an entire program, but most importantly, I want to thank our players. This group of young people started coming on to our campus a number of years ago, and I think built quality relationships, and just can't thank our players enough for being honest, being open, and being just terrific hosts. Couldn't be more excited to have this group of 19 join us, as signees. Four guys from here in the great state of Illinois, and I don't think I mixed my words that we're going to do everything we can to start and end our recruiting here in Chicagoland, but then also to go coast to coast with recruiting. Florida, Texas, California, Ohio, Arizona, Missouri, Michigan, South Carolina. I mean, it's quite a few plane flights over the last 2 weeks, and a lot of amazing home visits. But kind of a common theme across the board with this group, I think, number one, spectacular families. I had families that had to have me in for breakfast all the way to late night dinners. I had some days I was in 3 different cities in a day, so it's really changed over the last 17 years. But amazing families, amazing visits. Really thankful to the high school coaches all over the country that I had the privilege to go see here over the last few weeks. Just couldn't be more proud of the group. But we feel like we've recruited an outstanding class that fits a lot of our needs, and just excited to get that group here. Either now starting for the winter quarter with Covey, Knox, McGee, Senden, and Walters, or the remaining 14 guys for summer school here this June. So exciting time, fired up to welcome these guys and their families, and just thankful for all the hard work from everybody that they put it in. So how about any and all questions? I'll answer for you.
Reminder, if you have a question, please message Athletic Communications in the chat and we'll get you added to the queue. First question, Bradley Locker.
Hey, Coach, good to see you again on this National Signing Day. Just wondering how some of the coaching changes you made at the end of the season impacted recruiting at all, with some of those relationships the recruits had built with some of those different position and coordinator coaches. Yeah,
Bradley, I like the Yankees thing behind you. Looking good, buddy. I think it's all about relationships. That's why we recruit as a staff. I'm just really thankful for the coaches and for the parents and for the families and for the young men to trust our program and trust our process. And, just really thankful for that. And, unfortunately, sometimes change happens. And I think they see a high level of consistency, though, and just thankful for that trust.
Next question, Louis Vicaire.
Hey, Fitz, happy signing day. I know how much you like star ranking, so I'll start by saying congratulations. This is the highest ranked class of your career, so I'm sure you're happy about that. But you assembled this class after a 3-9 season, and then you held it together, through a 1-11 season this year. which I'm sure was a challenge. So I was wondering, did you tweak your pitch this year to get people on board? And then what did you do to keep most of them committed, right? You lost a couple, but for the most part, you were able to keep them committed through a 1-11 season.
Thanks for the positive thoughts. Proud of the job the staff has done, and our recruiting staff and our players. No, just build relationships, build genuine ones that I think are authentic. And, we had a couple of tough seasons, but we had a pretty high level of consistency here on the field. National championship level academics, a world-class facility, the best young men in the world to have the privilege to coach. We've had obviously not the record we wanted, but we haven't changed our character. We haven't changed what we do and how we do it. And I think this group, along with our locker room and our staff, are committed to getting that fixed. And, I think when sometimes you step out of the bubble a little bit, you see the level of respect that is for our program and for our players. And you step out of the bubble, and it gives you a little bit of a breath of fresh air, which I think is a big reason why there's so many people excited, not only in this year's class, but also moving forward with, where we've been, see kind of and people watch us and see where we're going, and obviously see the future and see that it's very bright. So just really thankful for the families. I'm thankful for the young men. I'm thankful for our staff and for our players for all the hard work that they've put in.
Next question for David Gold.
Hey, Coach, happy National Signing Day. I had a two-part for you. What does it mean for you personally to have your son come and follow your footsteps in the Wildcat tradition? And then how do you balance the difference between being his father and also his coach on the field and making sure that he is treated the same as every other player?
Yeah, well, it's been a 32-year process to get to today. That's when Stacy and I started dating. So it's been a hard recruiting road for me. I guess 32 years is a long time in the making, but I'll put the dad hat on, and to know that Jack has an opportunity to be a student here at Northwestern is something that he's earned. I'm incredibly proud of him as his dad. And he's done that by a relentless work ethic academically, and I'm really proud of him. I'm also proud that he has more of Stacy's genetics than mine when it comes to not only his academics, but also his athletics. So to have him be able to be here, to be a part of our locker room, to be surrounded by the great people and teammates that he's going to be surrounded by, and then to be able to tap into the Northwestern alumni network and the Northwestern football alumni family that are a part of our mentor program, that are a part of our program every day, is something as a father that I'm just so fired up for him to have that opportunity. As far as his coach, I'm not going to be his position coach. And so he'll be expected to uphold the standards of our football program and every aspect on the field, off the field, and his character in our community. And my expectations, he'll do that 100%, just like they are for every other player. And if he wants to play, it's going to probably have to be twice as hard. So he better get his rear end to work. And I know he is already when it comes to finding a way to put himself in position athletically to be on the field. But as a dad, it's something that I'm very proud of him. And I'm very thankful for his hard work and his dedication academically to be able to be here, to be a Wildcat. So fired up to watch him grow over these next 4 or 5 years.
Another one for Louis.
Hey, Fitz, NIL isn't supposed to be used as a recruiting inducement, but, we hear all kinds of stories like it's the Wild West out there. So I was wondering, what kind of impact have you seen it on recruiting? And, now that you got True NU and Altius, they are in place, do you feel like you're kind of catching up to speed and can compete in the NIL space?
Well, I'm excited to know that we have a great group that's going to support our young men and all of our student athletes. I think that, like I've said numerous times, this is a new era, and I'm jealous. I'm excited for the opportunities that will be presented for our guys specifically. And, obviously that is something that is here and here to stay, at least for the foreseeable future. And to have an opportunity for our guys to take advantage of their name, image, and likeness is something that I'm huge proponent of, and very excited for them to be able to do that. I hope that our fans, especially those that are loyal to our program, find a way to get involved. I think it's something in a way that you can make an impact beyond not only having passion and wearing your cat gear all over the place and being a season ticket holder and being a donor, but now you have a direct impact on making a difference in our student athletes' experience here, and being able to have them make a difference in what it is that you choose to have them do. And so we will follow the rules to a T. We always have, we always will. And I'm just excited for all of our student athletes to have these opportunities. As far as the first part of your question, we're not going to be a part of that. I understand what's being said out there, and we're going to follow the rules. We're going to do the things that fit Northwestern and the expectations that we have here as a university and as a community. And we're going to do everything, though, that we can to provide our guys with education through Altius and then opportunities that way. And then the same thing with, whatever NIL opportunities you've mentioned, a collective, and obviously that's spectacular. But, those things don't have anything to do with us, but they are opportunities for our guys to take advantage of. And I'm just really thankful for those that have committed to making that happen, and look forward to watching this grow to make a difference in our guys' lives.
Okay, I got another question, another topic here, but Dylan Senda, right, is, to me, he's like the poster boy for Northwestern. He's, really out there on social media promoting the program and all that kind of stuff. How important it is to get a guy like that as your first commit. It was a year and a day ago that he committed. How big an impact does that have?
It's always big. There's always got to be a first, right? And someone's got to be, the catalyst to start a class. And, Dylan and his family are awesome. He's from a spectacular program. DC is one of those, you think back, Ron Vanderlinden went to DC, and there's just a lot of connections, a lot of fun. Again, you feel like you've known these kids forever. And, Dylan was here on campus multiple times. Just an incredibly bright future, and he'll be here, very soon. So it's exciting, and just thankful for all his hard work that he's done while he's been there. And then, even more importantly for us, selfishly, building relationships with his classmates. And there's been a lot of those guys. Aiden Gray is the quarterback, same way. Just a lot of guys. I can mention all 19 guys that have been just great sticking together, and knowing that this is the place for them. They believe in the people first, and that's, who we are. We're about building genuine relationships and being about the right kind of people getting together collectively. And, this group is something that I think has a chance to be a big catalyst, and Dylan's a big part of that. Just really excited and thankful to become his coach.
Thanks, Fitz.
Yeah, thank you.
Reminder, if you have a question, to please message Athletic Communications in the chat. Next question for Bradley.
Coach, what do you think makes this class distinct compared to some of the past ones, or what really excites you positionally or anything about this group that you're bringing in?
Yeah, I just think top to bottom, I think we did a really good job being, I think, really thoughtful in our approach from a standpoint of identifying guys at an early point and maybe in the recruiting that fit who we are and what we're all about. And then, again, I think, and this isn't anything new or earth-shattering, we recruit collectively. It's our recruiting staff, it's our coaching staff, it's our GAs, everybody's involved, strength staff, because we have nothing to hide. It's lift up the hood, and when they come in and take a look at the engine and see the people, and make sure this is the right fit for you, and make a decision that's going to impact the next 40 or 50 years of your life, not just 12 days in the fall. It's bigger than that. And those 12 days are critically important. There's no doubt about that, to be able to play in a postseason and all the things of having success, but most importantly, being developed holistically. And that's something that we're proud of. And, we will win games. I'm not worried about that. I'm more worried about getting the right fit. And I think if you do that, it just builds upon each other. And, it's just a group top to bottom, but, East Coast to West Coast. There was one week where I was, it was fun, man. I was in LA, and, finished started in the West and in the Pacific time zone and finished in the Eastern time zone. And it was a fun week, and a lot of great families, and a lot of great experiences, and just so thankful for this whole group, top to bottom. Just great families, man. I mean, that's what jumped out to me about this class. Just awesome families, and excited to have both of ours, our family and their families individually unite and collectively as a group. When I got done, I saw Aiden last on Friday of last week. And, I walked out, as I came back to campus and drove back here with Mike Bajakian, and I just looked at him. I'm like, man, this is a special group of families. And there's no surprise to me why these guys are successful students, and they're going to make a huge impact in our program on the field. So I'm really thankful for those families.
David Gold.
Hey, Coach. With some of your guys heading to the transfer portal, especially on the defensive line, how important is it for these guys, this upcoming class, the class of 2023, to be ready to go and be able to play as soon as possible in order to replenish what was lost to the portal?
Well, I think that's part of the college football experience now. You're going to have guys, unfortunately, that decided that that's the best interest of them and for them. And as I tell all of them, listen, I'm here for you. For the rest of my, not only coaching career, but the rest of my life. We'll do whatever it is that we can to help you be successful in life. And, that's the world that we live in. And, you've seen what we've done collectively as a staff. We'll be active in improving our roster and adding the competitive depth that we need to. And we're going to be a scholastic, recruiting program first. And what does that mean? We're going to start with high school players. We're not going to build this any other way. And, I think we've done that. I think this group of D-line in particular, I'm really excited about. I mean, when you've got two big guys in the interior that are incredibly strong and functionally strong coming out of high school, are both incredibly explosive and athletic. And then you add an edge guy that had 5 sacks in the Ohio State championship game. You just can't be more excited about it than a group like this. So, it's a group that needs to get to work, and they are. But nonetheless, I feel great about our roster that we have coming back, and we'll continue to look in ways that we can add pieces to add to our competitive depth to make sure we've got everything that we need.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. And appreciate you covering our team, and look forward to talking to you again in spring ball. Be here before we know it. All right. Be well. Thanks a lot. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.